Society's second online concert. We're going to be sharing 6 new recordings that we've made over the course of this term, where our choir members have recorded their parts individually and we've then mixed them together to create the effect of a virtual choir, even though we can't rehearse together in person at the moment. And it's given both Chris and I great hope and great comfort to hear the sounds of the choir's voices and to bring these to life in this way. We're presenting a selection of modern and romantic part songs for you. And to start, it's Eriks Esenvalds' beautiful Only in Sleep, a setting of Sarah Teasdale's poem recalling dreams of childhood friends. After that, Elgar's part song as Torrents in Summer.
With a brown hair braided,
Next up are two less familiar pieces. The first, Clara Schumann's evocative painting of an evening celebration in Venice as the faithful make their way to one of the city's many churches and bells ring out across the lagoon. Abendfeier in Venedig. And after that, Stanford's lovely setting of the poem Heraclitus, full of loss and sadness, but with a ray of hope at the end and the joy of beautiful memories. So first of all, Clara Schumann, Abendfeier in Venedig.
Oh
At BFCS, we are absolutely delighted to support Bradford Friendship Choir, the city's choir for asylum seekers, refugees and their friends and supporters. This was formed as part of our work for Bradford Festival, One City, Many Voices, some years ago, and has gone from strength to strength under its musical director Fran Wyburn. They've put together a short video where members are going to talk about their experiences in the choir, how it's helped them, and Fran is going to teach us one of the songs that they've been working on. At the moment, they're only able to rehearse together on Zoom, but it's wonderful to hear that it's still having such an impact on lives. And you can find out more about this sanctuary of song by visiting the choir's website. Before that, we're going to dip in to the Festival Choral Society's archive and listen to a recording of Sullivan's famous part song, The Lost Chord, made in June 1968 and recorded with Black Dyke Band. And it's an unusual opportunity, if you listen carefully, to hear the organ of St George's Hall, which is now defunct. So here we have a real little piece of history, The Lost Chord, sung in 1968 by the Festival Choral Society and accompanied by Black Dyke Band.
Oh The Bradford Friendship Choir is as much about the friendship between people of different ethnic groups and religions as it is about the singing.
I'm really happy to sing with the choir for many reasons. Firstly, the choir improved my English skills and my listening skills.
I wanted to be integrated in the community.
I feel happy when I sing in. I have to say big thank you to the choir, and I'm alone here in this country. I found my family there.
We get to make music and mix it with love and mix it with cheerfulness. We're the most cheerful choir in the world.
I live up in the Yorkshire Dales in Malham, so could never normally get to choir rehearsals in Bradford. But because we're doing it on Zoom, it means that I can join in, and I love it.
I met a lot of friends in this choir from different backgrounds. This widens my knowledge in culture and people, and also finally the choir reduce my stress level and make me feel more confidence in life.
You can bring any song in any language and we all learn it. Joining the choir also improves my mental health. It is also so uplifting. It is a perfect way to bring something positive and uplifting in my life.
Hi, I'm Fran Wyburn and I'm the Musical Director for Bradford Friendship Choir. The members voted on the song they would most like to teach you, and it's I Heard a Bird Sing.
This song speaks of hope and of joy.
It really reminds me about my first days in the UK, how the weather was. I was surprised, excited.
It reminds me of seasons, that even though you are here now, where you are right now is leading you to where you will be. So do enjoy the moment. It might not be pleasant, it might be cold, it might feel lonely, but if you don't go through the season, you will not get to the other season.
I really like that song because it's in a minor key, it's in a nice 6/8, and you can sing it in a round.
Because I was born in December, so whenever I sing it, I feel I'm born again.
So here goes. My turn, your turn. I heard a bird sing. Your turn. I heard a bird sing in the dark of December. In the dark of December, a magical thing, and sweet to remember, and sweet to remember. We are nearer to spring, we are nearer to spring than we were in September, than we were in September. I heard a bird sing, I heard a bird sing in the dark of December, in the dark of December. So let's put that together. 1, 2. I heard a bird sing in the dark of December, a magical thing and sweet to remember. We are nearer to spring than we were in September. I heard a bird sing in the dark of December.
Thank you, Fran, and to the Bradford Friendship Choir for your contribution to our video. It's fantastic to know that you're still coming together, supporting each other and making music in these challenging times. Next up in our autumn online event, The choir are going to sing two pieces. The first is called Summer is Gone by the notable black composer Samuel Coleridge-Taylor. And he's most well known for one of his pieces being a choral piece called Hiawatha's Wedding Feast. And it was very, very popular in the Victorian sort of era. And maybe now it's not really done anymore, because largely due to its stereotypes of different cultures from around the world. It's maybe a little bit dated now. But he has written some beautiful, beautiful music, very romantic. This piece is quite challenging because of its contrapuntal weaving lines between the choir parts. And the choir have all stepped up to the challenge, and when we put it together, it just fit fantastically. So it's a beautiful piece talking about all the lovely days in summer that we've had, transforming into the slightly more barren weather, colder weather of autumn, but still just as beautiful, just as this piece. And then the next piece will be The Road Home by Stephen Paulus. This is a piece that we recorded for our summer event that we'd like to put back in because it's so beautiful and the choir did such a good job with it. So we hope you enjoy these next two pieces.
Summer is gone with all its roses, its sun and perfumes and sweet flowers, its warm and refreshing showers.
Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying our concert. Tom's talking about each individual piece, but I wanted to say something about our concert overall. This shining night, songs of loss and hope, beauty and renewal. The pieces chosen touch emotions of nostalgia and loss, even of sadness and grief. We all know that music, particularly song, has that power to evoke feelings which are close to the surface or buried deep. We shouldn't shy away from it because of that. Those feelings are what makes us human, and they recognise and honour the people we love and people we want to hug and have close to us. But the music tonight also should resonate with feelings of hope and encouragement. We're in the middle, or pretty close to the middle of winter at the moment, and November, December and January can feel long, grey and gloomy months. But come January, we will see snowdrops poking up, and then the mini daffodils and crocuses. We will see green leaves on the trees. We will see spring follow winter. And the music tonight, as well as encompassing feelings of sadness and loss, also encompass feelings of hope and renewal and optimism. I have a couple of thank yous, or rather a couple of things to say before I finish. Firstly, a huge thank you to Tom and Chris who put this concert together. It's our second online concert, and I guess the technical side of putting a concert together does get easier for Tom and Chris, but the creative side doesn't. Using Zoom and using online skills requires a different level of creativity to keep the presentations interesting, imaginative and stimulating. And I know that for Tom and Chris it's required a lot of patience and a lot of sheer hard work to put this concert together. So thanks both of you. The second thing I want to do is to appeal to our audience directly. We're a pretty fortunate group of people. We live fairly comfortable lives, but that's not true for everybody. And so tonight we're asking you to make a donation for this concert of £5, and that donation will go to the Bradford Metropolitan Food Bank to help those people who really need our help. So please make that donation. Last time, at our last online concert, we raised over £700 for the Bradford Friendship Choir. Let's see if we can equal or exceed that for the Bradford Metropolitan Food Bank. Thanks for watching our concert, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it.